What's going on, guys? My name is Neeb. Welcome back to AROMATIX. So you don't necessarily need them, but if you were looking for the absolute best Middle Eastern niche fragrances that you could rock for the fall time and even during or into the winter time, these are them. These are some of the best ones that I'll always have. I'll always have most of these in my collection. There's a lot of duds. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of duds out there, and for the most part, I generally keep them like down here. Let me give you guys a little bit of an example of maybe one of the duds here. This, although it's a really good fragrance, Saffron Oud just smells like oud for greatness. I would personally not spend that much on it. It's got great performance, yeah, but no thank you. This is another dud in my opinion. It's called Khashab as-Sandal, which means wood of sandalwood, but it's mostly rose, yeah. Anyways, a lot of duds here. Just because you don't see them back here doesn't mean they're not down here somewhere else. All right, so while looking back there, I just realized that a couple of the really good ones are just placed down below. Oh! Man, I really got to start placing a lot. I need more space. Holy smokes. All right, a few honorable mentions, and to be exact, it's just going to be two of them. This is called 99 White from Oud Elite. This smells a lot like flamenco. It's a sugary raspberry rose combination. A beautiful fragrance. Nevertheless, it's going to be perfect during the fall time. Its longevity is like 8 hours. Smells really good. Another honorable mention, it's called Asatir Black. This smells like if you took coffee, Turkish coffee, and mixed it with Aventus. So imagine Killian's Intoxicated meets Aventus. That's what this one smells like. A lot of Aventus DNA in it as well. All right, so with those out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the top 15. Yeah, the top 15. This one from the same brand, and the scent profiles are actually relatively close, so we're gonna count it as one, but I'll let you guys know what the differences are exactly. It's called Atiq and Tarikh Black by Junaid Perfumes. And what this smells like is this tonka bean musk, very aromatic, woody, with a little bit of spice to it, specifically going to be cardamom. Imagine a fragrance like Armani Code Profumo. Now tone down some of that mandarin, replace it with a little bit of citrus and some cardamom. What you end up with is this right here, Atiq. It's not the freshest thing in the world. It does have like this suede-like texture, the aromatic nature of the musk, the woodiness, maybe even some cedar in this one with that sweet tonka bean. Very long lasting. It lasts a hell of a long time, and more specifically, a prominent note of cardamom. It's like La Nuit de l'Homme meets something of Armani Code Profumo. It sounds good and it smells really good. It has that very aromatic musk that you'll find in a lot of Middle Eastern fragrances as well. This one, Tarikh Black, smells like a drier version of that. So it's almost like this is the absolute flanker of this one. It still has a very similar scent profile. It's not nearly as, citrus or having any of those citrus fruits or fresh aspects to it. So being more so of a date or a night version of this fragrance. The perfect time to wear it is dates, hanging out with the bros, and literally every day during the fall and the winter time, it's perfect for exactly that. Both of these are niche, but they're on the cheaper or more affordable side of things. Check all the links down in the description for authentic sources and the best prices on all these fragrances. Be careful because a lot of these brands, they'll already be available. You just might not know where, and you'll end up spending premium for it at a different location. So these shouldn't be more than around 70 bucks at most, and with the coupon, it's like $55. It's crazy. Moving on to the next one. This is from Arabian Oud, and it's called Zumrud. Not gonna be the newest scent profile in the world, but it still smells fantastic. It smells a lot like Altair, just less diffusive. So whereas this one has a lot of ambroxan, some spices, cinnamon, and vanilla, this has a lot of that as well, but more ambers and a lot more vanilla. So it's richer in scent profile, it's thicker, it's gonna last longer, and it projects like a beast. So that's basically what you're gonna get with it. It's not overly complex. It's a very simple orange flower, vanilla, and cinnamon fragrance with what seems like less ambroxan. This is going to last the entire day onto the next day on clothing. It's richer as well. The projection does project for a solid 4 hours. It's crazy. The occasions for this, you can wear it every single day during the fall and the winter time. For the price, it is still cheaper and gives you better performance, but the scent profile is significantly different. I would say at best 80%, so it's more of like a spin-off of that DNA. Moving on to the next one, although not my favorite scent profile, if you like Baccarat Rouge, this adds the note of praline and beast modes it the F out. It's called Busma by Arabian Oud. This stuff will not go anywhere, and you will not go nose blind to it. It's so strong and a little bit more spiced than BR 540. If you're still in that realm or looking for those fragrances and you don't mind spending a little bit more of a premium for something that's going to outlast it, then Busma would be the one. Simple as that. It kind of makes it a little bit more masculine as well because of that addition of the praline or the sweetness and the touch of spice. In terms of the occasions, you can wear this literally for any occasion. Just be careful with the trigger because it's extremely strong. I would imagine that this is going to do the absolute best in the fall, but you can wear it all year round except for the summer because it's so strong. Moving on to the next fall fragrance is called Arabian Oud's Tartil Silver. This is a powdery vanilla fragrance that's also coupled with a few light floral accords as well. Something like Lotus, very light, almost watery undertone to it, which makes this very unisex in its realm. It's going to be well suited for women or ladies and gentlemen. I still think you can absolutely rock it. And the way that it is, it's a very light take on that powdery vanilla, but it also lasts good 8 to 9 hours, and the projection for this is more of a scent trail of 2 feet, but closer encounter in general. Still a good performing fragrance. It's absolutely present, and for the price, you can find it on discounters down in the description for like less than 150 bucks. It's absolutely worth it, and I have to emphasize, it is a much different take than a lot of these other powdery vanilla fragrances, something like these right here called Atik, etc. On to the next one of the best dry woods and peppers and oud, authentic smelling Indian oud. It's called Oud Precious by Rain de Saba. It's gonna be so good during the fall time. It just reminds me of trees, high-end, some of the most luxurious and rare materials like that Indian ambery oud. Ambery, dry, woody, masculine. It smells so luxurious. It's one of those scent profiles where even though you spray it on a lot, it'll never get thick or cloying, but it'll just be so diffusive and projecting. It just smells like money, basically. The scent profile and the craftsmanship behind the actual scent in itself is premium stuff. So premium stuff for a premium price tag, but it also lasts all day without ever being overbearing. The occasions for this, absolutely special occasions. Even dates and bros, you could signature scent it, but it just smells so much more expensive than that. On to the next one. This is from the same brand. It's gonna be Imperial Valley and Capri. Imperial Valley has like this very aromatic, musky, woody leather fragrance with what they say is oud. It's just like a little bit of spice. It's not animalistic. And what is also included in this one, I would imagine, is gonna be a note of cask cologne or cologne. Because of its seemingly aquatic, almost fresh nature, even though all those scent profiles I described was relatively heavy and dense, this one wears relatively light. A lot of people actually wear it in the summertime and it works. There is a little bit of freshness at the top. Also a combination of pink pepper. It's a very effervescent, diffusive, leather, ambery, musk, woody fragrance, basically. The signature scent of the Middle East, as simple as that. Lasts all day, projects like crazy, you're gonna smell like you have money. There's something also that's aromatic, almost reminiscent to rosemary, saffron, woods, and a little bit of freshness. I personally think that a lady can also rock this, especially if you're into those muskier, spice, or bakhur style fragrance. This is the best bakhur fragrance you can get today, and that means incense. In a sense, incense that you can wear every single day. Capri, also from the same brand. It's fresh, it's aquatic, it's woody, and it's very camphorous in nature. From an extremely prominent dose of patchouli, it also has this nice combination with olibanum, but the olibanum is so highly dosed, and the piney nature that you're gonna get from olibanum is really dosed up. So you get this piney, aquatic, woody, fresh fragrance with a bed of patchouli. Camphorous, earthy, rugged, but so damn strong. This allows you to wear an aquatic style fragrance all year round, and very much so perfect for the fall time because of, like I said, you know, around the fall, you remember the falling leaves, trees, etc. And that patchouli pine combination will give you that lumberjack feeling with it being fresh. Kind of reminds me of an Acqua di Gio Armani Code Profumo, minus the incense and replaced with the olibanum, and a lot more oriental than that. It's not a clone by any means, so please don't grab it on that basis because it's a lot more polarizing and strong. On to the next fragrance. This is aromatic, musky, and woody as well, but adding a hint of fruity at the top. Very signature scent worthy. You could wear this every day and you'll smell like you have money. It smells like luxury fabric softener from like Saudi Arabia or laundry. It's called Arabian Oud Sultani. Versatile, easy, opulent, musky, woody. Simple as that. Fruity top and done. You got your laundry from a dry cleaners in Saudi Arabia. Performance for this one, it'll last up to 10 hours and it'll project for a solid 2 hours. In terms of the occasions, signature scent, any season, but the best during the fall time. In terms of its price, it's come down significantly since I started my channel. I've been talking about it. It's become more available, etc. I've been working around the clock to make these available and more affordable behind the scenes as well. So Sultani, you can find it nowadays, even the jumbo ass bottle, for less than 220 bucks. Whereas I bought this, okay, none of these, by the way, none of these were sent to me. Some of these companies don't even respond to my email or messages at all. You would think they do, right? You would think they would too. No, but I paid for every single one of these. This bottle right here cost me around $200 when I was trying to buy it on retail, and in person when I went to the store, I think it was like 100, and don't quote me for it. I honestly don't remember because I bought a whole bunch bunch of them, but nowadays you can find, like I said, the big bottle for less. Next one is one of the most beautiful fragrances for women during the fall, the spring, even the winter. I mean, all year round. It's a beautiful fragrance, much more appropriate for spring, fall, and maybe even early summer. It's called Cashmere Musk by Arabian Oud. One of the best, if not the best, jasmine-based fragrance I have in my collection that I would always recommend for women. So there you have it. It's Cashmere Musk. Lasts all day, projects beautifully, very diffusive. It'll leave scent trails, and the occasions is every single day, even rocking to a date or the office. I'll see the special edition is a beast mode fragrance that has a lot of orange flower, saffron, rose, caramel, and even oud. This is like the absolute beast mode of the Middle East when it comes to those orange flower fragrances. A lot of the orange flower fragrances are coming back in style with Altair, with Zumrud, with all of that, except this one makes it a lot more oriental and even a touch unisex because of the heavy dose of that rose caramel combination. So it is sweeter, it is more spiced and seemingly metallic, but it doesn't go off or too, synthetic. I personally don't like synthetic or metallic too much. Love this fragrance. It absolutely exudes class, sophistication for special occasions. Performance, it'll last days, and you're gonna be slapping people left and right with your scent profile. In terms of the occasions, special occasion is gonna be absolutely the best thing, and the season is gonna be the fall and the winter time. That's it. Actually, I think I placed this at like top 5 from Arabian Oud of all time, or top 5 of my niche fragrances of all time. Next beautiful fragrance for the fall time is gonna be Spirit of Dubai Turaf. Expensive ass fragrance, it really is, but the premium of materials is absolutely sensed. It's not going to be for those of you who don't like ambers or oud or sweet fragrances, so it's not a safe blind buy, but I will say that it smells like one of the most premium ambery oudy fragrance I have in my collection. There's a base of sweetness in this one, and it does resemble a little bit of this Fahama, which by the way is a whole nother beast in itself. Appropriate for the fall time, but I want to save it for the winter list. I picked this up at Max Aroma when they had a sale, and it was like $200 and something, and you can do the same and save some dough. Check the links as I stated earlier, but Turaf is an easier, lighter version of something like Fahama. I don't find them to be redundant, but they do go in the same scent profile. The ambers and some of the florals and the oud, specifically in Turaf, is a lot more dense and prominent, whereas this one, it's a bit more diffusive and easier to wear. Kind of has like these dried fruits vibe to it as well. Turaf will last all day on clothing. It's more of an aura. It's not really going to be something that's projecting like crazy. You will be leaving scent trails all over the place when rocking Turaf. Very close encounter, rich, opulent, stylish smell. If you're looking for something that's going to be projecting and obnoxious, this is absolutely not going to get you that, but what it will get you is compliments of like you smell exotic, because that's the territory we're in with this one. It does have the oudi nature, tones it down a little bit, focusing a bit more on those sweet ambers, basically. The occasions for this can be a lot more versatile. It can be bros, special events, and definitely dates. I wouldn't go to the office in this one or be too dressed down in this one. It smells like money and it costs a lot of money. Next one is a lot more versatile than all of these. It's fresh. It's kind of got like this geranium you'll find in fragrances like Leighton. Also this aromatic, woody, musky DNA that you'll find in something like Sultani, without any citruses, without any fruits, more so peppers and ambroxan. Kind of like Dylan Blue meets a little bit of Leighton and a woodiness from the Middle East. It's Arabian Night Silver. Arabian Night Silver is this fresh, woody, masculine, and spicy. I've gotten a lot of compliments while rocking this one, and I tried to signature scent it, but then as I started to wear a fragrance every single day, I never had a signature scent since then. More of the affordable ones from Arabian Oud, and it's definitely one of the best ones for the fall and the winter time. You can use this in the early spring, but as it starts to get a little bit warmer, the whole musky, woody vibe can come off a bit thick and cloying. It won't be a good thing in the higher heat. Definitely better during the fall and earlier spring, and also the winter time. Occasions, signature scent during those seasons, and for the price, it's absolutely one of the best ones if you like that very spiced, dry woody. Next one is not going to be talked about too often, and even for me, when I recommend this one, it's a very specific DNA, so understand that you have to like Indian oud for this one, but it's one of my favorite combinations because it's creamy sandalwood and it's this rich, resinous, ambery Indian oud. It's actually not that expensive either, and it lasts all day to the next on clothing. Scent trails will be left, but it's not a projecting beast. It's called Elite Blend. It's the brown bottle from Oud Elite. They have quite a few of this series, and I believe it's a brown. Damn, I'm colorblind as shit. This actually looks like the black bottle. Yeah, it's Alexa, turn on office lights. It's this bottle right here. So I think it's the black bottle, okay? I'll put the link down in the description for the actual one. But what this smells like is simple and beautiful. There's a little bit of this saffron oud combination. It's ambery in nature, and this creamy ass, slightly powdery sandalwood. Simple as that. Premium quality ingredients and a premium smelling fragrance that's simple, kind of back to the bricks, but absolutely phenomenal. This is probably one of the best ones when it comes to that whole aromatic musky DNA in terms of premium and quality of ingredients. ingredients. It's got not only a lot of this rosemary. When we're talking about aromatics in that realm, a lot of times it's like geranium and rosemary. So dry, even a little bit of an herbal kick and slightly spiced, and with that white musk style DNA and an undertone of woods like cedar wood. This one, instead of having cedar wood, has cashmere oud, which is basically a combination of this fuzzy-like textured scent combined with a more westernized style smelling oud, at least for the cashmere musk DNA. They tend to use a more oud malaki style DNA. This is called Oud Elite Maali, and this I find to be better than all of those other Arabian oud like Diwan, etc. The reason is because of that cashmere musk. So it smells like a more premium undertone of woods. There's a little bit more peppers, and it lasts all freaking day. There are so many fragrances and scent profiles when you start to get into this realm, but if I had to place a couple of them up on top with their differences, Sultani is definitely right there with Maali, and they serve different purposes. This having that fruit at the top allows it to be more signature scent worthy, and this one, that cashmere oud, just levels it up and it just smells a little bit more opulent along with some of those pink peppers. Yes, they have Arabian oud Zamiri. It's a great fresh scent, and Al Farid is a great one as well, but it starts to add pink pepper and actual oud, and Diwan is a more vanillic take. But narrowing it down was relatively easy for me to picking these because of its versatility, price points, and quality of ingredients. This one will last you all day, and yeah, you can signature scent it, but it smells really high end. I would personally say special occasions, and just because of its masculine nature, sure, you can wear it to dates, but it just smells like something I would wear personally to like a wedding, where it's like I want to be smelled, but I don't want something that's like either unisex or anything like that. It's very masculine, light, and expensive smelling. Last but not least, one of my favorite ones from the Middle Eastern niche realm for the fall and the winter time, and it's very similar to this scent profile, except it completely changes the game with an animalistic ambery oud, and it smells extremely authentic for the price. It's called Oud Elite Ghali. Now, quick little disclaimer, for the price, it's still around 220 bucks, but because of its authenticity and the authentic, or I should say the authentic smell of the Indian oud in here, I would imagine it would cost a little bit more. So my theory is that they're using just a very small dose of authentic style Indian oud, which really they don't have to use too much. This is a tincture of actual Indian oud that I would assume is slightly, there is a little bit of a yellow tinge or an ambery tinge to it, that my assumption would be they actually have some in here, and that's the claim that they make as well. So aromatic, musky, woody with Indian ambery oud. Simple as that. Beast mode stuff, projects like crazy. It takes that, woody DNA, adds a little bit of this animalistic undertone to it, giving it an aphrodisiac vibe and making it smell even more opulent and more expensive. I personally don't think that this is a safe blind buy by any means, but if you've got the cojones and you want to test like oudi fragrances, this is one of the best. I mean, even like younger me probably would have taken a lot of time to get into something like this. But if you're going to a wedding, if you're going to like an event and shit, this is thebomb.com. And that's pretty much it. Do understand that a lot of these scent profiles might not be the safest for you, so I try to be as descriptive as possible. If I use the note of oud, that can also be very polarizing for a lot of people here in the West. This one definitely will be polarizing, and a lot of these other fragrances might be as well. Spiced, etc. doesn't necessarily mean that it has cumin or BO, because a lot of those spices, if it did, I would personally say right away, hey, like there's this cumin spice. Unfortunately, that is the, stigma or the stereotype when you say a lot more spicy. People just think, oh, it's gonna smell like, cumin, etc. But that's not the case with any of these, at least in my experience or in my opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and until the next video, peace. But these, hang on. Ooh, I love this. Why is it down there? Oh, shit. I swear to God, I forget about all these fragrances sometimes. Shit. Leathery flamenco? Ugh, fucking nasty. Smells like flamenco. Oh, shit, that's good. Honorable mention,